नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति विकास स्वामी नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करते वाचन मंगलम गायति गिरे वत कृपा तमाम वंदे श्री गुरुदेव तारणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरम् गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदाले कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः वागीशास्त्रे लक्ष्मी रसवर्षस्य शास्त्रे सुधम नरसिंहं मुनिजित चित्रिय तस्य देवी पराभक्ति यथा देवे तथा तस्य दिगताय यथा प्रकाशते यथा प्रविश्वाच संजीवयति अखिल शक्ति धर सुधाम नन्याम च चरण श्रवणत्वगादीन प्राणा नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुझे गुरुवाणी कन्या कृष्ण चित्तो परिवर्तन पितृगे अदंत संसार को प्रभुचर स्कब्दो मजेन सब विश्व विजय विकास मुक्ति प्रविधि Hare Krishna, we are reading from the book The Modern Mission of Srila Prabhupada, the His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. We are reading from volume 3, part 17. We are in part 17, Organization and Management. And we are in chapter 7, Money Acquisition, Use and Misuse. In that we are reading from the section Warnings about Businesses, explaining the dangers of making money without offering it to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada declared, the Lakshmi will kill you. Oh. Jai. He continued, just like Sita. Sita is Lakshmi. When Lakshmi was taken by Ravana, the result was that the whole family was killed because they did not use Sita for Ram's service. Referring to business as being, in one sense, very dangerous allurement of Maya, Srila Prabhupada in another letter, after cautiously encouraging one devotee's business activity, stated, I pray to Krishna that he will give you all protection. The basic Krishna conscious routine must not be neglected for the sake of business ventures. We should always be careful to render, firstly, our routine devotional practices and always maintain the highest standard of chanting, preaching, temple worship, rising early, cleansing, street sangeetam, etc. Business is secondary to our basic routine work. If the routine Krishna conscious program is neglected for other things, then everything else will fail. Otherwise, if we direct our attention to business like others, then it becomes karma. Somebody started, I think he is a devotee, who knows what is he doing. He started business yoga. Business yoga. So now it is going on karma. They want to add everything. Even devotees are writing books on karma yoga. To write a book on karma yoga. You have nothing to do with karma yoga. Huh? So I don't know why they write on karma yoga, business yoga.
कर्म योगा
I don't know what
भक्ति योगा
else.
only nonsense. निष्काम कर्म योगा.
Sorry,
निष्काम कर्म yoga is
sorry.
bhakti yoga in the ultimate sense. निष्काम कर्म yoga.
Actually, if you read the Vishnu Chakra Thakur, all those books, they never write about Nishkama Karma Yoga, Sakama Karma Yoga, nothing like that. Actually, just follow. If you read Nishkama Karma Yoga in Prabhupada's book,
Think no.
you see, Prabhupada is somewhat different than even the Acharyas. Prabhupada didn't write about Nishkama Karma Yoga. They tell in Bhakti Shastri somehow, but Prabhupada didn't mention about, Prabhupada gave only one thing. Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Karma Mishra Yoga, Jnana Mishra Yoga, Yoga Mishra Yoga. Means, uh, I mean, Karma Mishra Yoga and Jnana Mishra Yoga. Jnana Mishra Bhakti Yoga. But otherwise, Prabhupada didn't mention about Nishkama Karma Yoga, Sakama Karma Yoga. Did you read in Prabhupada's books? Did you read anywhere in Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita? At least in Bhagavad Gita, it is not there. Prabhupada never writes although it is explains that, but Prabhupada gives directly it is Bhakti Yoga. He never uses that word and then he connotes that oh this Karma Yoga is Bhakti. Never writes like that. Surrender everything, people read surrender everything and they complete in that as there is Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. That's
Oh,
all.
your voice is breaking. Your voice is
Either
not
it is
coming
Bhakti Yoga
clearly.
or communist Bhakti Yoga. Because Krishna is there. Krishna is there, either you have attached to Krishna, you are attached to Krishna, but at the same time, you are attached to Dharma. But if you are attached to Krishna,
Bro, your voice is
then it is for Jnana. My voice is what?
now it is clear, Prabhu. Earlier it was not coming clearly.
Okay, I'll explain. So the point is that Prabhupada never explained about Nishkama Karma Yoga nor Sakama Karma Yoga. If you read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, you're able to hear me now?
Yes, yes, clearly.
Yeah. So we should be very careful for telling people also. There is no, they may say Nishkama Karma Yoga, Sakama Karma Yoga, but actually it is directly, if it is Sakama Karma Yoga, Prabhupada says it is Karma Mishra Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhakti, why? Why Bhakti? Because Krishna is present. We should always understand. And Krishna is there when you are doing for Krishna, like Krishna's devotional service to Krishna. Then if you are attached to your work, then it is called Karma Mishra Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Most of the devotees are all Karma Mishra Bhakti Yogis because they are attached to their job, they are attached to their money, family. So these are, it's not that it is not bad, but the point is that they are attached like that. But don't think that we are doing some, like, your work is Krishna, job is for Krishna. That's fine. But then you should not give up then. Why the job gives so much of problem then if your job is for Krishna? Why it is tiresome? It should be very enjoyable bliss. It is not bliss. It is taking your hell out of you. One brahmachari was giving lecture in one temple, and he was telling, "Your job is for Krishna. Your salary is for Krishna. You're doing everything for Krishna." Then I said, "Okay." Then again he was telling that I was very perfect in my job. I used to give my project reports very perfectly so that I can do my devotional service very nicely. Then I asked, "When why did you give up then? If everything is for Krishna." Huh? Job is for Krishna. He will explain and he will give shloka also. Huh? Yajñar- Yajñarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. He will explain like this. Huh? His job is for Krishna. Your salary is for Krishna. Your project is for Krishna. No. Then why you leave? Why you become a brahmachari having a saffron dress? You could have done very nicely. He was explaining that one day I told my boss that I'm giving up my job and I'm joining in the ashram, joining ashram full time. Actually, if I would have been there attending full time, there live, face to face, I would have asked him, if job is for Krishna, then why do you give up? You should have continued. Very nicely, it's bliss. No? Is job bliss?
No, no, no.
What do you think? All the job holders, all the job holders. Many devotees have not come. They are not coming since many, many days because of their job. Many devotees are not able to attend Mangalarti because of the job. Many devotees are not able to chant 16 because of the job. It's not I am mocking here the job, but the point is that, see, for Jivanopadhi, for like, Telugu they say, "Rakkadde gaani dokkadadani." Unless and until you move your wings, you can't eat. If the bird doesn't uh, doesn't flap its wings and find the food, it cannot eat. So like that, you are attached to your belly, and it is not wrong to do some work, but making a philosophy out of it and misconstruing that it's for Krishna. Yes, you may do for Krishna. That's fine. But don't think that this is all, it's all pure devotional service. No, it's not pure devotional service. Pure devotional service means at least surrendered fully into Krishna and living brahmachari, guru pure, vasandanta guru, or grihastha living under the shelter of the guru, and it doesn't depend on outside or anything. That at least is like, for example, the devotees who are doing in the farm, they are fully surrendered. They are doing everything for Krishna. Here we are trying to do for Krishna, and there is work attached to our this one. Unless until that work is there, it is very difficult for us to move on in our life. We may become very depressed. So the point is that work, we are attached to the work. We are attached to the work, and we are attached to the results of the work also. So like that, but we are attached to Krishna because Krishna is main attachment is for Krishna. But to live in this world, we have chosen to do some karmi job or karmi business. But that you're dovetailing in Krishna consciousness. Then that is called as karma mishra bhakti yoga. Because Krishna is there. Uh, so we are trying to do for Krishna everything. You're trying to serve Krishna, think about Krishna, somehow engaging your Krishna in coming for programs, attending Mangala Arati, chanting 16 rounds, putting tilak, preaching to everybody, always chanting the holy name of Krishna, engaging everybody in Krishna's service, our family in Krishna. So the thing is that you are trying to dovetail in pure devotional service. There is nothing like dovetailing. It's engaging directly engaging in Krishna service. That is there is a difference. The dovetailing means you're trying to do it is material, but you're trying to engage in Krishna's service. So that is the quality of a pure devotee. He makes everything Krishna is. He makes like magnetized Krishna is. So like that he tries to do. But when there is no attachment for the activity, neither for the result, then it is pure devotion. Because that is anya bhilashatasham. Jnana karma dhyanavritam. Anukulena Krishnanusheelana. Bhakti Uttama. That is Uttama. Where you are not attached to the result, neither you are attached to the activity. You should understand it. Otherwise, if you direct our attention to business like others, then it becomes karma. We can endeavor continuing to we can endeavor for money making if it doesn't hamper our devotions. Otherwise, we shall prefer to starve and chant. Notwithstanding his having initially supported the spiritual scavenger, Srila Prabhupada eventually became alarmed at the proliferation of commercial endeavors within ISKCON. I'm seeing now the business activities in our society are increasing. Originally, I allowed the incense business. I thought that the Ramakrishna Mission are doing and we are using incense. So we may mix some and sell it, then what is the harm? But now I see that spiritual Sai has so many products and now there is a jewelry business going on. So why should the business increase? You see, uh, this is called as uh, unnecessarily become entangled. Regarding one farm project, Srila Prabhupada advised, don't try to make sugar and sell it. You see, it is a cash crop. Sugarcane is a cash crop. That will simply increase the botheration. If you start trading business, then so many problems will be there. If you produce just enough for own use, trading leads to envy and jealousy and cheating, then everything is lost. You see, some of the temples, they are very good in making this so-called eco-village projects, so-called farm, in such a way that they can, whatever comes from the farm, they will make a big earning out of it. The dhotis, kurtas, the ghee, the gomutra, the rice which they produce, it's very, 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 very exorbitantly costly like anything. Am I right? Am I right or not? I don't know whether devotees know that or not. It's very, very
Right.
costly. Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji, you are right.
Yes, it's very, very costly, and their prices are also so much. To stay, they take so much of money, and you can stay for 3 days. So they give a big, hefty room. They are maintaining it very nicely. Why? Why like that? Just to make money. Money, money, money. It's all a big botheration, although it is seen as a big project and all those things. But actually, it is botheration. But if you go to Kurmagram or Bhaktigram or Nandagram, you will not feel that. They are doing something because just to produce something and whatever is extra, they sell it. But it is all extra what they sell it. It is not that they want to make money out of it. There is a difference between producing and making money out of it. They label it as A2 milk. They label it as A2 ghee. They have a brand. They export it. Arey Baba, what's going on? Are you doing some simple? And there is a brand ambassador for that. Just like Akshay Patra. Akshay Patra, I was surprised, See, I was in United States distributing. I was in on stores distributing books. Then one lady came and she told, I was the brand ambassador. I was the brand director, or some chair, uh, some something for Akshay Patra in here in the United States. Why? Because so that they can get money and feed more people and cheat more people, get more money, 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 money. They're having so much of money. Actually, there should be a CBI investigation on all these uh, Annadan and so-called Nakshetra, so-called Annamrita, all these. There should be a big CBI investigation. All sab bahar aa jayega. Sab ghotala. Everything is a big ghotala. They get from Indian government. They get subsidy for the ingredients, and they collect from Lakshmi from outside also. It's a big cheating. Huh? People don't understand it. In my whole life, even once I didn't give even 1 rupee for these so-called organizations. Never. Previously also, now also. I don't solicit. Rather I like many people come and give money. Okay, I'm giving for feeding one child. I give a book to him. No, no, no. I don't want it for feeding. No, I don't feed any child. You take the book, take the money. They don't want book. Huh? So it's all a big business. And what devotional service are you doing? What chanting are you doing? Actually, we should not follow those devotees who do all these businesses. Better we don't hear from them. They have all sorts of misconstrued ideas. They are thinking, last time, yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw one devotee giving a podcast. He is saying that uh, uh, restaurant, he was mentioning about restaurant, he was mentioning about some things and how that is engaged. Why not philanthropy? Uh, we know very clearly that philanthropy is not good, but we are doing it. It is for Krishna. Our Baba, why do you do? You are cheating people. In the podcast, you are telling like that, but you are cheating. Seriously, cheating people. Uh, Actually, nobody asks them. Nobody confronts. And main problem with these type of devotees is that they don't confront anybody. They just join their hands like this as a very meek and humble servant, and they speak very softly, and they cut a profile of becoming very humble, and they speak very softly, and then that's all. That's all. They do their own business. Uh, and it is only Bhakti Vikas Maharaj and his disciples shout like anything. That's all. That is what is the label left. But it is all big cheating. It will come out. Slowly it will come out. Everything will come out. Okay, continuing. Although Srila Prabhupada did not want the farm devotees to start a trading business. The same letter, he suggested that they stop ghee for selling both to the city restaurant run by devotees and to the Indian people in the city. This apparent contradiction is resolved by considering another instruction concerning the sale of food items. Bengali sweet selling is not our business. We should not waste time in that way. Our business is how to make him Krishna conscious. If we find such opportunity by selling Bengali sweets, then we can sell. Otherwise, it is useless. You should always remember this. We are not for selling Bengali sweets or any such thing unless it is connected with preaching our Krishna consciousness. You should remember it. Actually, now everything has become, in one sense, a commercial thing. Govinda's restaurant is commercial. Selling whatever is going on is all commercial. Except Prabhupada's books. Even Prabhupada's books selling is also become commercial. But except those who get Prabhupada's books and read it, that is the only hope. They will become sincere devotees in their personal level. Otherwise, I don't have any hope in the present trend of way ISKCON is going. I don't relate to it at all. I relate to ISKCON as in the 1970s and 80s. That's all. Although I am part of ISKCON and we are doing it, but uh, it's difficult. There's nothing. There is no preaching mood, attitude that is missing. Uh, they mix cocoa. They mix, they make chocolates out of it. And there is. They think that they can be offered to Krishna. Nothing can be done. Okay, continuing. The point is clear. Business simply for making money is inadvisable. Any devotee business should have some direct preaching purpose also. Without preaching, if we only do business, there is certain fall down. This we should write it in every ISKCON and send them to people. In that respect, as Srila Prabhupada once succinctly put it, business is bad. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Asita Prabhu, you can read.
Okay. Suitable for householders only. During most of his married life, Srila Prabhupada had done business, and he was open to his householder disciples doing the same, with the proviso that 10% engagement in business will hamper devotional service, no doubt. But to do business as a householder is not bad. Srila Prabhupada generally recommended small, easy businesses to help cover family expenses.
See, here Prabhupada is very clear. When you are a householder, you can do some business, you can earn profit, and you can engage in Krishna service side by side. But 10% engagement in business will hamper devotional service, no doubt. But to do business as a householder is not bad. This we should understand. And brahmachari is doing business, that's too much dangerous. Brahmachari should never involve in money, never take money, never deal with women, never deal with grahasthas, never get enamored by the grahasthas by seeing their sleek ironed kurta, bagalbandi, dhoti very nicely, border dhoti of grahasthas. Brahmachari should never see that. He should not be enamored by the external style of the grahasthas. He has to be very, 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 very careful because that will end. So it should be as simple as possible. And even grahasthas also should be very, very simple. Better no, because before our guru, our spiritual master, we can dress opulently. Maharaj, you can see, but His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is very, 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 very simple. Can you imagine? His body is very, very thin and all that. He has like very thin cloth, he can see himself. And Maharaj is only one matka silk dhoti and kurta. That too somebody donated it. Otherwise, he never uses that. He uses always cotton, prefers. It's so simple, and you can't wear an opulent dress being a disciple before the spiritual master. That will be also very simple. That devotees sometimes, I don't know, they forget or anything. You can wear colored kurtas, but generally, uh, rings, lot of chains, adorned with lot of Maharaj is very particular. Actually, I have seen no disciple wears different fancy tulsi malas, fancy earrings. Maharaj, when you meet Maharaj personally, immediately he will tell. I remember the first time when I met Maharaj, the first time when one devotee made me to meet Maharaj because I was aspiring to Maharaj. I heard Maharaj's lecture. I never personally I saw Maharaj many times, but personally never met and spoken out my name. And first time I met the devotee, made me to meet Maharaj. Maharaj immediately asked me because I didn't. I was whatever kantimalas were available. I used to wear it. That was little fancy. I didn't know that because I was new to in the ashram. Maharaj pointed out immediately. Oh, you're wearing a fancy uh, kantimala. Nobody recognized. It had a long one and a round one, long one and a round one. The Tulsi Mala was long one and a round one. So Maharaj saw that and he said, "Oh, looks fancy." Immediately, I had to change to the normal one. Of course, now I wear it like big beads. That is not a problem. But having engraved like some devotees have a tulsi mala, even chanting beads with like mridanga like structure, like Radhe Radhe written on that, or Krishna Krishna written on that, or they have some carvings on the tulsi mala chanting beads. No, we should have simple one, round, plain. So these are even fancy chanting. Maharaj recognizes all these things. When you come before Maharaj, you can't escape from Maharaj's eyes. Maharaj is very sharp, very sharp, meticulously sharp. Because some devotees don't want to go to Maharaj also. That's why I get a lot of backlash when I speak to people. Uh, I tell point out. So nowadays I don't tell devotees. I don't mention anything, even if they are dressed anything. But many a times I get backlash. Why Krishna Keshu is always like fault finding? Anyhow, who cares? So I don't say like that. I got it from Maharaj because Maharaj, he's very sharp. He can sense immediately. You sit immediately. Maharaj will tell. He will not waste a second to tell his disciples. If Maharaj sees, if you're not hearing, Maharaj will not tell. Maharaj will back up. He will take a back step. Maharaj will not tell. But if you're hearing, Maharaj will again and again tell so many things. That's why every disciple, at least graspas, they should serve Maharaj. Then they will know so many things. Like, what I can say. Small details, but they are very good for devotional service. Because many sannyasis, they don't say, they don't know left hand, right hand, they don't know. Many devotees don't know that we should not wear slippers or sandals or shoes wherein we have to touch our hand every time the shoes. No, we should not. Uh, People don't know. Today also I saw one devotee. There are so many devotees over here now because of Rath Yatra. They have shoes which they have to touch every time the hand, and they touch the same thing with the handle, the gate of, I mean, the door, the main door of the temple. They touch Achaman Cup, they touch this one, they touch so many things. They touch proper flowers and they're offering. Where from you will tell? Only Maharaj can tell. These are cultural things. If Indians don't understand, if devotees don't understand, who will tell? Huh? They are eating with the left hand, they're walking and eating, Papa. You're walking and eating, you're running and eating, running and drinking. Are you mad? So thing is, you're walking and eating. You can actually sit and honor. What is the problem? My father used to tell in the childhood, whatever you're eating, it will not run away. Don't worry. It will be with you. We used to take biscuits, this, that, and all something. And we used to stand and walk and eat. My father used to tell, this will not run away. You can actually sit and eat, no problem. So it's a thing which mother and father should tell. It's not that some guru has to tell you this is plastic, you should put in this is trash, you should put in the trash bin. Guru need not tell you. Guru is for higher things. Guru need not give an exemplary Guru need not present an exemplary create an example for all these things. That's why Maharaj, in one lecture Maharaj told that one disciple has in the offering I think, Mataji, Maharaj was in farm and Mataji mentioned that, oh, Maharaj, you are showing by your example to take the trash and put it in the trash bin. Oh, thank you. But Maharaj gave in the lecture, told in the lecture, I don't know whether devotees heard it or not. I think should have heard. Maharaj said that Guru's business is not to teach the disciple to take the trash and put in the trash bin. No, it's not that. Guru is not meant for that. Guru is meant for giving Divya Gyan. That's not Divya Gyan. So these are all the things which our mother, father, senior devotees will teach. Because nowadays people get offended for simple things. Like, if devotee doesn't, they become so offended. Hare Baba, they're so sensitive in the heart. So we should not be sensitive in our heart. Somebody says something, we should accept it and then go on. No problem. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, continue.
One question
Yes, Prabhuji.
regarding slippers. You mentioned like you should only go down, right? That's what the
Sorry?
you said that we should not wear slippers.
No. I'm saying we should not wear slippers or shoes or anything wherein you have to touch your hand every time to wear the shoes or the slippers or those sandals. There are so many names for those shoes. What your footwear. Whatever
Okay.
footwear we are wearing, it is not necessary that we should always touch it should not be in such a way that we should always put our hand. If you want to put your hand to wear the slippers, then you should have also the spray or achuman with you so that you always wash your hands. And this is what Maharaj observes many devotees. At least I know Maharaj. Whenever you offer shoes, Maharaj's own shoes to Maharaj, you take it and put it in at his feet to wear in such a way that he can wear. He will observe whether the devotee is doing spraying it. It had is washing his hands or not. Maharaj observes. If he is outside devotee, that means if he is not a servant as usual servant, or if he is not appointed as a servant serving Maharaj, or if he is not. Otherwise, Maharaj observes. But in general, servants want to immediately they spray it or they wash their hands. Devotees don't know this. This is very, very important because with the same hand, we touch the door of the temple, Bhagavad Gita, Charanamrit cup, Prabhupada, deity, we take offer flowers with that same hand. So we cannot do that. That is what I am trying to explain. So better purchase those footwear wherein you need not touch your hand to the shoes every time. Or if you touch, then you should have a spray or achman or do wash your hands.
Okay. We are doing a little business because grihastas require money. All right, do some incense, this, that, that's all. Not very big business. Money making schemes should be easy. We cannot divert our attention for money making activities. Regarding business, Srila Prabhupada stated, householders can be engaged, not anyone else. The brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, and sannyasis are not supposed to earn money like grihasthas. The grihasthas or the householders can engage themselves in earning money either by accepting a job or some professional work. But a brahmachari, vanaprasth, and sannyasi is supposed only to depend on Krishna and beg from the grihasthas.
Yeah. Here, here in United States, there is a pratha. Pratha means there is a pratha. Pratha क्या बोलते हैं? There is a. It is done in United States. Like whoever serves in the temple, they offer some Lakshmi as a as a stipend or something like that. Because once money enters into the dealings of management and brahmacharis and vanaprasthas and sannyasis, then simply it will spoil the whole devotional service mood, the service attitude. Why they are called grahastha? Because grihe tishtati iti grahastha. Because when the griha is there, atha, griha, then because that is the attachment of the grahastha. Griha tishtati. What is that? Grihini grihamittahu, as Prabhupada said. Grihini grihamittahu. The griha, why it is called griha? Griha where grihini lives. Grihini means the better half, spouse or wife. She lives in the, she is there in the house. And he goes out and then earns money and comes back to the house. Griha tishtati, because he lives in the griha. So that's why he's called as grihastha. Grihe tishtati iti grihastha. But then when you are a grihastha, then there is atha griha kshetra. You need a field. Because previously people used to have agricultural field where they produce food. But now, if you of kshetra, you need upadhi, that is a job. So atagra kshetra suta apta vittai. Suta apta, you have suta, that means children. Gra kshetra suta apta means the relatives. Vittai means money. So you need that. And that is not wrong for grastas. Grasta means he should ask money because he is given money. But for brahmacharis, grastas, vanaprasthas, and sannyasis, he takes money for good. Vanaprasthas take money just to engage in Krishna. Sannyasis and make projects for the grastas and brahmacharis and all. That's the only reason. Whatever donations that is received, then that's why donations are given to them, not to grastas. Grastas do not donate more donations to grastas. If he is a full-time grasta, then it is a donation. Otherwise, donation is just for brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, and grastas, not for grastas. Yeah, there's so much things, so many things can be explained through Bhagavad Gita. This charity can be explained, how charity goes. The whole Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains in 17th chapter, 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. You should all read that 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is all about charity. How grasta should charity. So charity is for everybody actually. Everybody charity is mentioned, but charity specifically is for grastas. For actually all the four ashrams, brahmachari, grasta, vanaprastha, sannyas, and what is that? Other social services, other then brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. Everybody has a duty as far as charity is concerned. There's so many things can be explained. But now, as far as because grastas, that's why the burden is there. That's why they give charity to brahmacharis, to vanaprasthas, and sannyasis. They are the people who take responsibility of their livelihood or their yoga kshema. In Telugu, we say yoga kshema. His day-to-day activities are taken care of. Okay.
He
What am I
stipulated
going? Only okay. Yes, a brahmachari, vanaprastha, and sannyasi is supposed to only to depend on Krishna and beg from grihasthas. Yeah, grihasthas should not beg. Begging is only meant for brahmachari, vanaprastha and sannyas. I remember Prabhupada talking about he used to beg sons from the grahasthas. He used to say, "Oh, you have two, three sons. Why don't you give me your one son so that I can make him an acharya, a brahmana?" Prabhupada used to say, "Brahman बन के क्या फायदा? ब्राह्मण से क्या होगा, स्वामी जी? What is the use of becoming a brahmana? What is the use of becoming an acharya? There is no use." Also, devotees we can beg. Devotees are more attached to their kids than the outsiders. They don't want to give their devotee kids to the temple. They don't want to make them. They want to make him a big professional. This that make him study in NIT, IIT, MIT, KIT. I don't know so many IIT. Make him send to US. Make him a gadha in the world. Oh, my voice is not audible now. Baba re,
No,
you
it's
will tell
audible.
my voice. Okay, Prabhuji, continue.
He stipulated that the brahmacharis and sannyasis must stick to the temple activities, that is, not engage in business. He instructed one sannyasi, preach. That is the business of a sannyasi, not opening restaurants. Restaurant is for grihasthas, and although householders could do business, that money should be used for Krishna. At least 50% must come to Krishna. The
Okay,
consistent, yeah.
one thing. All the no prayers. Okay, grastas, those who are earning, you should give 50% to Krishna. You see? At a church, they give 10%. You can't give 50%. 50%. Babare. Actually, in Andhra, this is a very big thing in the church. This is called as Dashama Bhagam. Dasham Bhagam. This is very, very famous. The Hindus mock like anything. And it's among the Christian circles, it is a big meme. And they preach also. All these big, big pastors. You know how many pastors are preaching in, at least in, I can tell about Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, I know. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu. There are more than 3 to 4 lakh pastors preaching Christianity. 3 to 4 lakh pastors and so-called, they are not bishops, pastors, Christian pastors preaching Christianity and going door to door everywhere doing. How many devotees are preaching? How many are becoming devotees? In Tamil Nadu itself, there are more than 3 to 4 lakhs. In Tamil Nadu, there are 3 to 4 lakhs. In Telangana, there are 2 to 3 lakhs. In Andhra, there are more than 3 to 4 lakhs. And they preach specifically making, after once they change, they convert into the religion from so-called Hinduism, Christianity, they make it sure that they should give, everybody should give 10% of their income to the church which they are affiliated to. Mostly these are all Pentecostal churches. Mostly they are like, Hoisanna, all these mostly Pentecostal and Protestant churches. Catholics don't preach so much, although they're having big churches, but mostly it is the Pentecostal or the Protestants who are very heinously and violently they preach against Hinduism. They're mostly against Hinduism. They tell these are devils and all these things, and there's so much rampage going on. And our devotees don't have any sort of sense. I'm very sorry to say like that. They can't combat a Christian. They can't combat uh, against all these things. Still, we are preaching very sentimentally. So they put a point. What I'm trying to say is that all these pastors, they put a point that, oh, you're earning today 100 rupees, put 10 rupees aside. You're earned 1,000 rupees in a month, oh, put aside 100 rupees. If you are earned in agriculture, you have earned 10 bags of rice, put 10%, 1 bag of rice for the church. You are earned vegetables, 10 bags of vegetables, put 1 bag, 10 bags for church. 10 bags, you put 1 bag for church. Like that, they stipulate to them. Whatever you do in your life, you have something, you have to give to the church. That's why the pastors are big pastors. They purchase Mercedes, they purchase big things. Of course, they become scammed on all this. The world's The millionaires, one of the millionaires are from United States who are pastors. There are 5 pastors in United States. They are filthy rich like anything. Not filthy rich means what I can say. They're not just filthy rich. They're having, in Los Angeles, I don't know, there is one pastor in Arizona. He's having a big house, big. It's like a celebrity house, big, big. Even that fellow Satish Kumar in Hyderabad is having 3,000 crores. 3,000 crores of money he's having. He's having a church wherein 100,000 people can sit at a time. Such a big church he built, Kalveri Temple. How did he get? He gets from the 10%. You have to give. He announces every time. You have to give 10%. Nowadays it is swiping card. People swipe the card. They have QR codes. It goes in the church. It goes. Whoever is sitting, they send grapevine to everybody. They send bread to everybody. It goes from like we send arti to people. Like that, they send wine. First wine comes because it is they consider it as the blood of Jesus, and then the bread comes, and the third one comes is the QR code. You have to just tap. That's all. Money comes flows. Now, previously, they were used to never give to the temple or to the they because they were not under any hierarchy or anything. Now they have to give, and still they want to be in Christianity. So the point is that you should try to give at least 50% in any period of time. Giving 50% is difficult in this juncture because we have to live, but at least sometime, Brahmananda Prabhu, Satsarup Maharaj, Tamal Krishna Maharaj. They used to work in New York and they used to give the full check to Prabhupada, Brahmananda Prabhu, and what is his name? Jayananda Prabhu. They used to drive taxi. Jayananda Prabhu used to drive taxi. Ramananda Prabhu used to work in some company, and Satsuru Maharaj used to work in some Photoshop means photo company wherein you have to make you have to develop photos out of reels. Previously, they used to have reels, so they used to give the full check to Prabhupada. So giving full check is different, but at least some other point you should offer 50% to your guru. Okay, Prabhu, continue.
The consistent proviso was that resulting income should be engaged in Krishna's service. There is no harm to become a very big businessman, earning money, but give it to Krishna. To a devotee who asked about the business he was running, Srila Prabhupada said, if you are engaging the money for Krishna, then it is all right. And when a married devotee asked, I was thinking that sometimes the devotees engage in business, selling so many things to help the temples, and you were saying that we should not do that. Srila Prabhupada replied, responded, if you are business minded, you can do that. Do business and give the result to Krishna. The simple formula whereby a businessman can become a great devotee. He summarizes in the Bhagavad Gita, Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madarpana. Bhagavad Gita 9.27. There are different kinds of activities. So Krishna says, whatever you do, it does not matter. If somebody says that I am a businessman, that's all right. You do business to your best capacity, but give the profit to me. The profit is mine. If you agree, then simply by doing business, you become a great devotee. Succinctly, if you want to do business, do it very nicely, but give the profit to Krishna. Although business activities might not seem to be as directly spiritual as those of Brahmanas, Srila Prabhupada instructed that devotee businessmen should primarily be identified as Vaishnavas. Any engagement for Krishna, he is Vaishnava. If he is under the guidance of his spiritual master and doing the business according to direction, he is Vaishnava. Rameshwara Das once told Srila Prabhupada, Sometimes we get grihasthas to join us, but they are not strong enough to do Sankirtan. So then we can encourage them to do some business, like a normal grihastha in the world, to give some money. Srila Prabhupada agreed. Yes, they should be encouraged. They must give some service to the institution by earning money, hard-earned money. Book distribution is the best business. This movement is being supported just by literature. Apart from its central role in propagating Krishna consciousness, book distribution also generates income and in that sense can be considered business. Srila Prabhupada considered book distribution to be a very good business because we are preaching at the same time getting money. Conversely, incense sales are clearly business only. Nevertheless, understanding its pragmatic value, Srila Prabhupada initially approved incense sales alongside book distribution.
One thing I wanted to tell regarding this incense sales. First thing is that incense, whatever they are selling in ISKCON, within ISKCON, any devotee is selling, it is never organic. Understand? There is nothing like natural incense. Incense is a very, like, it's all chemical. Everything is a chemical. There's nothing natural. The only natural thing is if you are having cow dung and you dry it and you make out of it through rose petals and all those things, then it might be a little bit. I mean, it is natural. But if cow dung is not there, then it is natural. And if you add perfumes and all those things, it's never natural. So don't be under the impression that devotees are selling natural incense. They may have the name natural, but the name natural itself, it doesn't make the incense natural. So there is nothing like natural incense. There's nothing like that. Unless and until it is purely used cow dung and they dry it and then you use it as incense. That is what Maharaj said to the farms to do that. Don't purchase incense from outside. You have to just light the cow dung and then that is the incense. No problem. So that's the thing I wanted to tell. I like this.
We are not going to be large-scale businessmen. Incense distribution is proving to be a very important asset for raising funds for temple upkeep, etc. But we are still more interested in distributing our books. Incense sales are clearly business only, but when we sell our books, that means we push forward our movement. Of course, they can both be done together. That is a nice program and has proven successful in many centers. This incense business is all right as a supplement, but we should give all our energy to distribute these literatures and magazines. Then we maintain ourselves and at the same time push on this Krishna consciousness philosophy. With the tremendous upswing of book distribution in ISKCON in the early 1970s, the huge funds generated obviated any need for other forms of income, and Srila Prabhupada started to discourage his disciples, especially full-time temple devotees, from engaging in other businesses. Our main business is Sankirtan and to distribute back to Godhead. And whatever little income we get from that, we should be satisfied with. It is not our business to take jobs and live luxuriously. When a temple president wrote asking about starting a jewelry business, Srila Prabhupada disapprovingly commented, regarding Denver, why are they doing business? This creates a bad atmosphere. We shall only do one business and that is book selling. That's all. As soon as you become karmis after business, then spiritual life becomes damaged. This business should not be encouraged anymore. Doing business and not Sankirtan, this is not at all good. Sankirtan is very good, but Grihasthas under condition can do other business only if they give at least 50%. But Sankirtan is the best business. Regarding a proposal for selling candles, yes, incense distribution has been very helpful in many centers for maintaining financially, but we are not businessmen. So producing candles for distribution is not at all necessary. We do not want to increase factories. We want to increase Krishna consciousness. And this can be done best by distributing our books and preaching. To another devotee, it is good that you have stopped all business ventures. Now stick to it. Book distribution is sufficient. You should not divert for any other business. The message is clear. Business is optional and not wholly desirable, but books distribution is essential and can never be given up. Being concerned lest his followers become diverted from preaching and from the spirit of renunciation, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly stressed the importance of book distribution as both the best preaching and as ISKCON's best business. Our first business is this book distribution. There is no need of any other business. So far as I understand, our book business is sufficient to support our movement. We should not deviate much of our time for any business manipulations. Our main business is Sankirtan. I do not think that the jewelry business should be encouraged. We are after preaching, not money. Their endeavor should be utilized for selling books. That is different from the endeavor of selling jewelry. I do not think that this attempt should be encouraged. Our principle is tyaga or renunciation, which means to renounce material activities as far as possible. We should not divert our energy. When we are selling books, that is Krishna consciousness. But if we think that selling books may be diverted into selling jewelry, that is not a very good idea. Then again we become a jeweler. Puna mushika bhava. Again become a mouse. We should be very careful. Our Krishna consciousness cannot be diverted. Then you are gone to hell. Further warnings from Srila Prabhupada in this regard. Please organize BTG distribution and do it nicely. Sankirtan party and distribution of our magazines and books is a real program. Other things are secondary. So during the summer time, you should utilize this program of Sankirtan and book distribution vigorously. Attention diverted to incense business is not a very good sign. We should give all our energy for distributing BTG. That is our main business, to distribute our literatures. This incense business is all right as a supplement, but we should give all our energy to distribute these literatures and magazines. Then we maintain ourselves and at the same time push on this Krishna consciousness philosophy. Everyone should understand that I am not so interested in selling incense as I am in selling books. Distribution of my books is the most important thing. These other things, such as selling incense, records, etc., are not so much important as this. In response to a proposal for selling Bengali sweets, Srila Prabhupada agreed when another devotee then suggested Bengali sweets means Chaitanya Charitamrita. Different books of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
You see, Bengali sweets means Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, Prabhuji. Other devotee can read. Thank you. If you want to give Bengali sweets, distribute Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is the Bengali sweets. I once said to one Bengali person, and I have a Bengali sweet, I said, and I offered him the whole set. And he said, oh, what a book. What is this? Chaitanya Charitamrita. Oh, I never heard of this. He immediately took. After that, couldn't distribute many, but I remember giving one set like that here in United States. Okay, Saurabh. Oh, Ramdas has some question. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dhanava Pranam, so Srila Prabhupada, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Book distribution, we can see that sometimes brahmachari will be like, oh, it's not for grihasta. And those grihasta, because I think in the CC it's mentioned that grihasta can also do book distribution. And it's mentioned here as well. So the thing is like,
No,
now if
one thing. First thing. Actually, it's a misconception among the grahastha devotees to think that book distribution is only for brahmacharis. Book distribution is for everyone.
I heard brahmachari
Oh,
says this, that grihasta should. Grihasta shouldn't be doing book distribution because they're the one that should be doing book distribution, not Grihasta really. This is not true based on what Srila Prabhupada has put in the CC. I saw it myself. And the next thing is that it says here that brahmachari, they should beg. Nowadays, you don't see them begging. They're almost shaming or guilt tripping.
So book distribution is
a different.
yeah. Book distribution is the way Prabhupada is given to beg, but brahmacharis, that is the direct service for the guru to beg and bring alms to the spiritual master. That is the way. That is Prabhupada is given. You have to beg, we have to beg people to take the book. You have to beg means you have to, the way you speak, it's like a begging. Yeah. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Yeah. We could see
Great.
today that they don't beg as much. It's more of force. We don't beg. Some is there, not all. I'm not saying that all, but majority of the time it's more. And then how do you treat a grihasta that's distributing books? Because now, how much are they getting? They're not getting like, hundreds and thousands of dollars. So, they have to maintain family. They have the regular stuff that they have to do for family as well. So how do you treat that? This is another thing, it's like when I walk up to a grihasta, I'll be like, hey, you're supposed to give 50% of your income. But if they're a book distributor, what do you, they have family to take care of. Then, sometimes these things don't consider into consideration when we're dealing with other devotees. Sometimes, it's like the whole thing is like when it comes to book distribution and preaching, we're trying to get something from someone rather than trying to give them something. Anyway, that's it. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The point of 50% is we should remember that it is 50%. But at the same time, if you are giving 50%, fine. But if you are having so much of other things to be done and your income is very less, it's not that Guru is saying, the Guru is forcing the disciple or Prabhupada is forcing the disciple to give whatever you have, 50% you have to give. Otherwise, you'll go to hell. Nothing like that. If you're giving whatever you're giving, Guru, even if you don't give also, Guru is happy. Prabhupada is happy because you're trying to serve Krishna in whatever way possible, whatever capacity yours possible financially. You may be broken, but you're trying to serve Krishna. That's main important. Attitude is made important. You're giving so much time, energy for Krishna. There's so many devotees who have big businesses that they give their full energy, time for preaching. Like Arvind Prabhu, there's so many devotees like that. They give 50% of their, more than 100% for their preaching. They do go for book distribution. They run centers and they have so many devotees under them. They train them. Um, they take up their problems, take up to their guru. So all these things can be done. But if you're a grahastha who is just dependent on book distribution, it's not that guru forcing you to give 50%, but it is suggested as 50%. If anybody is giving like that, then it is surrender. Guru sees his surrender. It's not that here a guru, okay, 50% you have to give. You starve or go to hell, whatever it is, you have to give. They do in Christianity like that. They do in, I have seen so many churches, they do like that, but we don't do like that. We read in Prabhupada's books, but it's not a ISKCON bylaw. One of the rules, 50% every guest has to give. It's not like that. It is there in Prabhupada's books. It could have been done. It could have been one of the bylaws in ISKCON. 50% everybody should give. But in the church, it is done. 10% should be offered. Uh, so it's not that they have to give. Yeah, it is. It is. Rupa Goswami exemplified himself by giving 50% of this one, and Prabhupada writes, Grasta should give like that. But that Guru is not saying, okay, if you don't give, it's not like that. Uh, so we should understand the principle behind it. This is the surrender, that's a form of surrender. Yeah. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, it's not that. So it's not that Guru or Srila Prabhupada saying that you have to give 50%, is the one who's collecting the donation or sometime using this is what I'm talking about. Guru's not going and ask for a donation. He's not. He has no business in these things. He just got business. His business is helping his disciple to go back home, and that's it. It's not about Guru. This is there within the scripture, yes, but it's the ones who are going out to ask for donations. These are the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Guru and Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, they should see. These are the ones who say, and these are the ones who force. Actually, many devotees, those who are going for book distribution, or going for collecting donations or doing books, they ask for donations. They force people to give donations. Otherwise, why? What is this you're doing? You should give. You should give more, and they end up into problems. And they will see. Ultimately, these type of devotees who are doing this type of service, they have to be very, very careful because money is the source of all problems. So those who are collecting for Guru, collecting donations, they should not do it as an earning. Donation is not meant for earning their livelihood. But when somebody does like that, then it's a great problem and better not to associate with that type of devotees. Um, and many devotees are doing like that. They go out and ask donations and ask, they're giving something and they ask, no, 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 you should give more. They force them to ask, and they end up into problems. They're giving bad name to the temple. They give bad name to their own self. They're doing that. But if a brahmachari also does, sometimes brahmachari does like that, but it is for the temple. It is not that he's keeping for himself. But he has to be helpful. Even brahmachari is getting problems. I ended up into some problems so many times just for $5, $10, just for $20. But see, anytime anybody can say anything, because people are like that. It's not that we are paranoid from asking people. No, it's not like that. Many times, even if you are asking for a good sake, like for example, somebody says, "I don't have a change. I have just a $100 bill," and you immediately say, "I can give you the change," but they get pissed off. They say that, "Oh no, why you're asking like that?" Then you say, "I don't have a change." You can tap. We take electronic also. You can tap or cash. You can do electronic digital payments also. Then some people get offended. So what can be done? People get offended for anything. But we ask, out of 10 people, maybe one person or two persons will be offended. So it happens like that. But if the devotee does deliberately to get 50% and he forces them and he uses them for something else, then it is a great problem, and that type of devotee should never be sent out. The management has to see that. Yeah, so many things can be spoken regarding this. We will stop here and we will meet tomorrow for books and income. Anybody has anything to ask? Other devotees, Matajis, Prabhujis?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam.
Pranam.
Prabhuji, actually,
Yeah.
we were in farm. After we left the farm, we came to our native and we don't know what
Hare Krishna?
to do next because
No, I didn't
Prabhuji
hear. You were
not
in
audible.
no, you came from farm. You came from farm, he said, and we are confused what to do. And then you came to our native place. That's what I heard. But after that, I didn't hear.
Yes, Prabhuji. After that, what I was trying to say is, and we were confused. Actually, especially myself, I told Prabhuji to go for job because
Mm-mm.
maintaining ourselves is very difficult in city. So Prabhuji was adamant, no, I will not go for job. Krishna will
Mm.
take care, don't worry. So somehow, like almost 2 years, I was fighting with him. But Prabhuji, he's astrologer, and he said, with this only we can survive. Don't worry, Krishna will take care. Now, by Krishna's
Mm.
mercy, here people they respect brahmana, like they want to do something for brahmana. Such type of people are here every day. Some or the other, with some donations they will come, like somebody will bring rice, somebody will bring fruits, and somebody will
Wow.
give some dal every month. Somehow we will get Prabhuji, but that is by Krishna's
Mm.
mercy. My question is, we are mostly surviving on donations and some little income we'll get. But my question is, as a grahastha, we have very less income and we are not able to give donations for the temple or any for Guru Maharaj. This is my concern because this is
No
how we
problem.
are in simple life, but we are not able to go up to that 50% level. So how to understand Prabhu?
Okay.
Because Prabhu is not at all
Okay.
ready for
See
any
the
job.
thing. Yes, yes. One thing you understand, Mataji. That's what I wanted to explain about charity, donation. All this is a big topic, and see, because you asked the thing, so I want to explain in very shortly. But it can be elaborated into many, many slokas and many understanding. But main simple thing. See, there are two things. Brahmachari, Gula, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. That ashram is there. You are in the Grahastha ashram. But you are not living on like the Vaishya principle or the Shudra principle or Kshatriya principle. You are living on the Brahminical principle. You're, yeah, am I right? You are living on the Brahminical principles that you want to do the Brahminical duties, and based on that, you want to live your livelihood. So Brahmana is he begs alms. So although he is a grahastha, so Brahmana lives by other people's charity. So there is nothing wrong in that, and in that way he serves. So it's not that Guru we have to give income 50% of our anything. So whatever duties we are trying to do in that, we are trying to offer it for Guru. Like for example, we may train so many, like, he is a Gurukula teacher, I suppose. You're like, Rama Pranay. He, so it is not that he has to give only monetarily 50%. Even if he is offering some services, on behalf of his guru, that is also offering to the spiritual master. It's not that you have to earn 50% and give. It sometimes we may give as a monetary benefit, but it is the attitude behind which. See, this specifically here we are speaking of those grahasthas who are purely living on job or income. Income, they are having a source of income. They're living. They are purely having a karmi job or business or anything like that. That how can be doubted? But it is purely on the Vaishya principle or the Shudra principle. I mean, I'm not talking about the Shudra the way it is being connoted outside. I'm talking they have a job, so they get money out of it. It's talking about that. We are not talking about the Brahminical culture, Brahminical duties. Patan, Patan, Yajan, Yajan, Dana Pratigra, and many things like you're doing astrology, somebody is doing yajnas, homas, somebody does shraddha karma, somebody does marriage, somebody does sanskaras, somebody does temple deity worship, somebody does only the. So these are the many Brahminical duties are there. So the point is, what I'm trying to explain is that you cannot expect to give 50% or anything like that, that you can expect to give in such a way that you are offering those services on behalf of your guru, and your whatever minimal comes into your thing, you are living by that livelihood. You are not trying to live a lavish life. Because Brahmana means he lives a very simple life. So you're already living a simple life. In that, whatever comes, income is coming, you live like that. So you can't expect the 50% to be given, because whatever you are giving, that guru accepts. So here, that is the way I am trying to explain. You got my point? You get
Yes,
something, but
yes,
so you're doing Prabhu is doing is doing his Brahminical duties. On that principle, he is living his livelihood. So Guru will not, of course, Guru doesn't expect anything. But the point is that the principle of 50% applies in a different way over there. It's not that we have to apply it exactly. You have income, you just give. It's not like that for anybody for that. So in that way, it is because you're already offering the Brahminical services through your spiritual master. So this is the point.
yes. So Brahminical grahasthas have a different type of
Yeah,
duty.
obviously, people, because they already live in a very simple life, and they are. For example, Kolavecha Sridhar is there. Kolavecha Sridhar, what he used to sell? He used to sell some, banana leaves and some bananas here and there, stems, and out of which whatever income comes, he uses 50% for Ganga Seva, and even used to live in a very thatched roof. Although it is a Vaishya activity, but he's not out of profit or anything like that. Srivas Thakur doesn't live at all. He lives in the Pakka Brahmani Gully, whatever. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Srivas Thakur, why don't you work? And he said that I'm depending on three times. If I clap and if something comes, that's fine. Otherwise, I live. So he used to live in a Pakka Brahmanical way. So they are different because they are surrendered and this different. But even the principle will apply for everybody like that. What status are we serving in? We are studying in Brahminical status, or we serving in Shudra principle or in Vaishya principle. Then it is not that the Guru is expecting. It is the dharma. That is the dharma of that ashram itself. So here Prabhupada is stipulating the Bhagavata dharma in one sense. So that is the point of surrender. It's not that money, there's not income or money, or of course you all know.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Ramdas Prabhu, wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but it's okay. I was gonna share about, anyway, go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We'll have our class tomorrow. Until then, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpataruvyascha kripasindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, जगद्गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, स्वामी भक्ति का स्वामी महाराज की जय, तमोरे विष्णु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna.